What's up? Welcome back to another video, Mac on Sports. So, as you know, it's March, and we're into the Sweet 16 now. We got some big games coming up tomorrow. As you look, the first game, we got Florida State, Gonzaga. Do a little preview on that. My prediction, Gonzaga, they're good. They're tough to pick against. I think Florida State is very, very, very lengthy, and that could cause some problems with Gonzaga. But I think Rui and Brandon Clark, out of Gonzaga, they're gonna be fine. I say they're gonna advance in this and to the Elite Eight. So we look, and an interesting game is gonna be Texas Tech versus Michigan. How will that affair? That's gonna be a very, very defensive game. Both coaches, Chris Beard of Texas Tech, John Beilein, very, very good with the X's and O's. You look at John Beilein, arguably one of the best coaches out there right now, and Chris Beard, one of the best up-and-coming coaches. Both are very defensive-oriented. Michigan, I think, is top 3 in the country at least amount of fouls per game. So, they are for real, and it's going to be a very good game. Very low scoring, I believe, though. And it's out west, so who knows? Maybe that can play a factor in it. So, yeah. We also look at Purdue, Tennessee. Now, this one, it's up for grabs as you look at it. Tennessee had a 25-point lead against Iowa, and Iowa came back, took it to overtime. So, good thing for Tennessee. They didn't play Admiral Schofield during overtime, to start it, or during the end of regulation, and it's because Admiral Schofield told Rick Barnes, hey, keep Kyle Alexander in there. He's playing better than me. Don't put me back in. I'm not having my best game. And look, coming from your senior, that takes a lot of leadership. That's just good locker room chemistry right there. As you know, I'm not really a big Tennessee guy. I don't really like them. But I do think they might have the advantage here. But Purdue, you can't sleep on them. Carson Edwards just came off a 30-plus game. He shot the ball amazing. I mean, you got Harms in the post. He's been playing well. And then they have Easton. Easton is back from his injury. He played last game against Villanova, and he played very well on Phil Booth. So don't count out Purdue. I see this going to be a toss-up. And, I'm going on a cruise with my friend Tom. He's a Purdue fan. So since I think it's a toss-up, I'm going to have to go with the Boilermakers, as he is a big Purdue fan. So, yeah. Now, we're not doing all the games because there's one more Thursday. But, yeah. Now, let's go on to the Duke game, all right, for Friday. Duke versus Virginia Tech. Now, Duke got very lucky, as people know. UCF really, really should have won that. That was very unlucky. Now, Virginia Tech is the only team in the country to beat Duke, okay, full strength, with Zion Williamson. So how is this going to fare, right? Virginia Tech gets their best point guard back. He's been playing this tournament. He's a huge difference maker for the Hokies. And so, am I being biased on saying we will have an upset alert? Maybe, but there's good reason to back it up. Virginia Tech is a very, very good team, and they're very, very good defensively. Buzz Williams, I was listening to an interview with him today. They're going to be ready. They're breaking down film on how they're going to stop each player, Zion, RJ, and Cam. They're going to make them shoot the 3-ball. Duke's not known for really shooting the 3 well. They shoot 30% as a team. That's nothing too great. If Virginia Tech comes out and hits everything right on the right cylinders, if it's their night, Virginia Tech will upset the Duke Blue Devils. So we will have to see, but I would not be surprised. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. So we look at that. That's the late game. You go back to the early game, a 7 o'clock tip. Auburn, North Carolina. Auburn is very intriguing right now. Arguably, Auburn might be the hottest team in the country, the way they're shooting the ball. They tore through the SEC tournament, blew out Tennessee in the SEC championship. They had a close one against New Mexico State. I mean, that's the thing with the tournament. It's so random. I mean, you look at UConn, and I think that was 2014, when they played Kentucky in the championship. In that first round against St. Joe's, they were down 12 with about 10 minutes left. Come back, win that game, and go on to win the national championship. Well, you look at Auburn, they gave New Mexico State every single chance possible to win that game, and Auburn got away with it. So, I mean, Auburn is now shooting the lights out. They killed Kansas. Absolutely just ran them off the floor. North Carolina, though, is one of the hottest teams in the country as well, and I think they are the best passing team in the country. North Carolina is nothing to sleep on it. That's why they're a 1 seed for a reason. North Carolina's got something very special going on right now there. And to be honest, I just see how Auburn is going to be able to stop them. Like, why? Because Auburn refuses to take twos. They live and die by the three. And Auburn's been shooting so well lately, I think it's got to end at some point. So personally, I'm going to say North Carolina's going to win. Cam Johnson's too much to handle. Luke May's been playing very well. Kobe White, most improved player in the country ever since the start of conference play in January. That guy's something special. So I'm going to say North Carolina advances to the Elite Eight. And then we go to the big one. Well, actually, let's do Michigan State first. Michigan State versus LSU. Who would have thought LSU would have made it out of the second round? Not many people, but here they are. Naz Reid, they've been playing well. Tremont Waters hits the game winner against Maryland. I like the matchup with LSU. They're very long. They're very lengthy. Could Michigan State struggle against it? Possibly. But I think Cassius Winston's one of the best point guards in the country, the way he's playing right now. And Michigan State will find a way to dig deep and advance. I really do. Michigan State's playing really good basketball. And actually, I have Michigan State going to my Final Four out of the East region. So, on to my game. Kentucky-Houston. Of course, they're going to give us a 10 o'clock game because why wouldn't you, right? You got to make it hard on Kentucky. Will P.J. Washington play? Will P.J. not? Well, P.J. Washington on Twitter today posted a picture of, or a little video of him walking. He got his cast off yesterday by a foot specialist in Wisconsin. Everyone's like, will P.J. play? Will he not? Still don't know. As this time the video is being made, will he play? We're not sure about that yet. We can hope he can. I think Houston is a very, very underlooked team. They're very good. They're very athletic. They get the ball. They run and gun. Sampson, the coach of Houston, has done a very, very good job this year with Houston. And the Cougars could be, like, upsetting Kentucky possibly. But, look, I have to be realistic here. I think if P.J. Washington plays, which I could be wrong, but I think he is. I believe P.J. Washington will play. I see Kentucky being fine. And I see Kentucky advancing to an Elite Eight game on Sunday versus North Carolina. And, ooh, everyone wants to see that. But don't sleep on Houston. They're a very good defensive team. They really are well at defense. They can shoot the three a little decent, but they're just good rim slashers. They get the ball and they attack the rim. They're something special. So definitely don't sleep on Houston. But, final prediction, even without PJ, I think Kentucky's better in every single position. Even without PJ. I just don't see Houston knocking Kentucky off. But I won't be surprised if it happens. So, Houston really could upset Kentucky, but I'm going to say Kentucky's going to get the win and have an absolute showdown against North Carolina. And maybe a little revenge. A couple of years ago when Luke May hit that big three. Still, that's gut-wrenching right in my heart. But yeah. If you liked the video, Mac on Sports, like, subscribe. Great to see you guys as always. Tell me your predictions in the comments. And yeah, go Cats. Let's not get upset, please. Let's go.